So, I haven't been in the gym for over a week now. So we have to film a video today. And then, what else? Video, so podcast. And then I'm here at the gym, trying not to injure myself any further. So I'm doing a bunch of mobility stuff and then just trying to do a little bit of strength, but nothing too crazy. I'm easing my way back into it, and then we'll see how I feel at the end of the day. And then we'll go from there. We made it. This is all sweat. I love it. It's fantastic. It felt great. I just didn't eat a proper meal before going to work out, or I would have stayed longer and done more exercises. Well, more Olympic lifting exercises, because that's what I was doing. I did some snatch work. I did some power clean work, and then just a bunch of some mobility stuff. And then I have my dynamic warm up that I do at the beginning. And but it feels good to be back in the gym. I'm so happy. My face, hey, adds character. More character. Let's see what else. Missing half a tooth. Face is fucked up now. What's next? But we have special guests coming in. My buddy Dillon. We're going to be doing an interview together. Well, I'm going to be interviewing him. And stay tuned. Love you. Are you ready?
Yep.
Take one.
I dropped my pen. We're off to a great start.
Alright guys, welcome back to the Mellow Heart Podcast. I had fun earlier, my knee is a little bum right now, but whatever. This is Dillon. So, we've been friends for how long now?
4 years.
Has it been that long? 5 years?
2019.
Yeah.
Earlier?
Yeah. Damn.
Yeah.
4.
4, 5 years.
Yeah. I met you when I went to Starbucks. That
Yeah.
was in 2019. And then I left. I was like, peace out, bitches. 4 going on 5. Sick! I will let him introduce himself. So, Dillon. So, to preface, right? So, this is about your art, what you do in life, how it gets you through life. So, tell him what you do.
I make beats. I play guitar. I love playing piano. I don't really have formal training in anything. I just kind of mess around, do my own thing. It definitely shows with how awkward a lot of the music I make gets, but it's always about emotion, and it's always about connecting and finding that inner voice that just needs to come out, and just expressing all of that, because you don't always get the chance in everyday life, and that shit's pretty important anyways.
That was a pretty emotional response right there. All right. That's how this interview is going to go. Let's get high noon today. Last time was, I forget what they're called, but if you watched the last video, huh?
Ocean Spray?
No, there was the Asian owned brand of seltzers. I forget what they're called. We drank them all, so they were good. Now we're on high noon. Oh, I didn't even open it. Fail!
Party fail. Cheers.
Kampai! So, as I said, I'm working on interviewing people who are in the arts, whether it be writing, painting, drawing, making music, singing, playing an instrument, a form of the arts. And the whole thing behind it is wanting to know how it's helped you in life, whether it be like with mental health, breaking you out of some shy shell you may have been in back in the day, or anything. So, you said you played guitar, piano. I know you personally, so you make beats, you rap a bit.
Sort of.
How has that helped you with your mental health?
Kind of in a roundabout way. It's never been like directly that you instantly feel better after you make it, but sometimes it's like looking back at everything you've made in spite of all the craziness going on around you, and you still manage to create something that makes you feel. And that's, I guess, kind of just like what the common thread is. Like, no matter what instrument it is, can you play something that makes you feel?
Mm-hmm.
Piano's definitely the easiest to do that with, but learning how to do it on guitar first, it kind of created a different approach. I really like being more direct with the melody and finding that first and then the chords. So it kind of, it's set kind of like how I approach life, where you find like one thing that kind of you focus in on, and then everything else falls into place around it.
Mm-hmm.
Just like the melody and the chords.
Very philosophical of you.
I guess, for sure.
But I mean, so has there been any instances in your life, something dramatic or traumatic that's happened where music was able to help you get through that?
100%. It's been like anything from just a long day at work to finding that one song that gets you through a breakup to finding stuff that gets you through the like family drama and just all the ups and downs in your own emotional states.
Breakup. When was your last breakup?
Like 2 years ago, last big breakup. I listened to a lot of like Millennium and John Bellion and stuff like that around there.
John Bellion, bro.
Definitely helped to get me through it. AJR also.
Mm-hmm.
They're kind of like in New York.
I was just listening to AJR.
Yeah, they got that those bright trumpets and all the horns to lift you up.
You know, on Spotify they have a John Bellion playlist of all the songs that he's written and produced.
Oh shit!
Mm-hmm. Well, I don't know about all of them, but
I'm gonna need that.
there's a good list on there. I was like, oh shit, I didn't know he did that with this person. There's one with Miley Cyrus, Maroon 5. I'm like, what? And then obviously, because he's helping produce, and I think, because I'm pretty sure he has his own record label.
I think.
And one of the artists on there, Lawrence, the band Lawrence, amazing. They just headlined for Jonas Brothers, and
Damn.
sick. I love them. This is I don't know if they're a couple, but definitely like a dude and a girl. But the girl, she's this white chick, and she has this soulful voice, like this raspy in there. Oh.
Yeah, it takes a lot to get to that level with your voice. It's
amazing.
Especially when you're still really young and you're not like 50 years old smoking hella cigarettes to get that rasp. That's hard.
That's what she said.
And
It's
here
true.
we are. Yeah.
So what's up? What's up with life right now? Where are you planning on? Where's the road taking you at this point?
Hopefully towards money.
That's always nice, yeah.
It would make a lot of things easier. I don't know. I kind of feel like autumn is the season of cutting back right now.
Season of cutting back in what way?
Just not expending my energy on so many different things. Kind of like consolidating what I'm working on.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just all over the place right now, and I need to focus up and like kind of bring it back. So I think like instead of trying to do meal prep, chores, hanging out with friends, and the gym all in one day, just kind of like break them up into their own 4 like separate days.
Yeah, you need a day for yourself, man.
Yeah, but then like I go home and I try to help my grandma, because I mean like when you don't pay rent, you really want to earn your keep.
Oh, of course.
So I'm like, shit, like how do I balance all of this? It's new, but like this way of approaching life and just kind of like not necessarily being financially responsible for how you're living somewhere, but more like just taking care of everything around the place, making sure it's all it's a different kind of like relationship, I guess, to have.
Mhm.
I've never had one like that, so it's interesting.
Got it. Wait, how old are you again?
25.
25. Still a baby.
Mm-hmm.
33. But he is also single. Unless you're seeing someone I don't know about.
I had like a couple of dates, but still single.
You had a couple days? Since
Yeah.
when? Since like what? The last time I saw you?
I mean, like
Like
since that big breakup,
2 weeks ago.
but that was like over the 2 years. So I guess the most recent one, probably like 2 months ago. 3 months ago, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Is that the one you told me about, or is that a different one?
That's a different one.
You hoe.
You almost got a spit take out of me.
Who was this one?
Just a girl that I had kind of like met through
Oh, it was a girl.
work friends, and it was just like a one night out to see like if there was a connection, but there wasn't.
Oh.
Yeah.
Was she? What was she? Ethnicity.
Latina. But yeah.
Latina.
Mhm.
Shorter than you, taller than you, about the same height.
About
Big
the same
booty,
height.
slim, thick. What are we talking?
Uh,
Just some DSLs.
Not slim and like I guess the same height as me.
Mhm.
We're roughly the same height, but very cute. Just not someone where we bonded quite the same way. Like
She was just pretty, but that was it.
she's pretty and she's really really nice, but just like what we value in life is a little different, and so it didn't quite.
What do
meet
you
up.
value in life?
I just value freedom, versatility, and like things that can change when they need to. And she prefers to stay back at home and like kind of hang out more. I want to go do stuff. They spent like the past however many months in lockdown, and
Hmm.
let's go fucking do something. Like, come on.
Hmm. She wanted to stay. Like what? Did she say why?
She's just not like very energetic, I guess. Like she does work. She wants to come home and rest. Like I get it, but
I mean, I get it to a certain extent, but if it's something you want to do all the time, I think we have to check
exactly.
your life,
Yeah.
because that's not healthy.
Well, yeah, but
In
I'm
a
also
way.
not trying to criticize.
Oh,
I'm
no,
trying
no.
to be like, I mean, like, we can be friends for sure. That's
Oh
fine.
yeah, no, it's not your responsibility to
Yeah.
to do anything with her. If there's no vibe, there's no vibe.
Yeah,
Move on. You know? It's
exactly.
not like you guys were together for 3 years and the spark is dwindling and you're trying to figure out how to fix it. And it's just like one day. Bitch, it didn't work. Sorry. How many beats do you think you've made since you started making beats?
Legitimately decent ones, 10. In general, thousands.
Damn. 10 good ones
Yeah.
out of thousands. Why is
Yeah.
that? Are you you say you're very critical of yourself?
There's that, but also just knowing that you don't know enough to finish something then.
Mm.
That's part of it, and then the other part is like knowing that there's so many other things out there like what you're trying to make, and it's not going to be unique enough to kind of showcase you.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of part of it. And then also there's times where like I only make a 5-bar loop, or a 4-bar loop I should say,
Mhm.
and it's like I can't count that as a full song. It's just like some little beat.
I guess.
You can duplicate it behind a YouTube ad. That's about it.
Mm-hmm. Let me see if it's still recording. And we're back. So Dylan, I already know the answer because we're not practically the same person. I would just say same horoscope.
Okay.
But are you a shy person?
Very. Bitch, I'll live in my car before I go out and talk to people.
I mean, your trunk is pretty big. I think you could live in there.
Yeah.
And you're small, so
Mm-hmm.
that's perfect. You ever thought of van life?
I mean, I did
Car
think
life?
about it. And I also thought about tiny home life, but it's not quite something I've figured out yet.
Cassie's talking about it. She's like really talking about it right now.
Mm-hmm.
Getting some land, getting a tiny home,
Mhm.
live on that land.
Yeah.
I'm like, that would be amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Tiny home. But there was one actually on Fairview, down a ways. They were selling one at this. I don't even think it was a place where this is something that they sell. But they were selling one. It was a 2-story one. That shit looked
fun.
nice. I was like, I want this, but I think it was 250,000.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, that's still pretty pricey.
It's still pricey, but I mean, it's a fully functioning home. Had AC on there. It was dope. I was like, I could see myself living in that. But then I also I can see myself doing the whole DIY thing where I buy like 2 quad-cons,
Okay.
like big old cargo containers. Figure out how to make those a home.
Well, that's what my dad and Faye wanted to do. They wound up doing something kind of different, but they're retrofitting like a property that had a trailer and a hangar,
Mhm.
and they're turning it into like a little compound. So they're gonna build like more structures over time, but they're basically doing a complete renovation on what was a trailer and turning it into a full home with a foundation, and they're giving it like all the plumbing and electricity and everything on their own. And they're like completely DIYing everything.
That's dope.
Yeah.
Good for them.
Mm-hmm. And they're doing it on YouTube too. I just don't remember what the channel is.
So what genre of music would you say is your niche?
I don't know. Kind of more like hip hop vibes, but
Mhm.
then trap music is also kind of easier for me to make routinely and consistently.
Yeah.
I just prefer to make hip hop.
Mhm.
But because hip hop's like barely coming up on 50 years old right now, and a lot of the songs have the same fucking beat, you got to be really creative to make a really catchy and new hip hop song.
Mhm.
So that's where trap's just easier, and you can kind of find new things to do with the kick drum and the snare, the hi hats, all that stuff. It's not too, I guess, like too overdone yet. Like
Okay.
trap's been around, but it's not at that
Mhm.
point of like everyone's done everything.
So for the people who don't know, what is trap?
Trap is basically like hip hop beats with the snare drum taking twice as long each time. So instead of being like bop bop, it's like bop bop, and it takes more of a groovy approach to the patterns as well as the flow, and it's typically a darker atmosphere.
Mm-hmm.
And all of that just kind of lends itself well to like minor chords and really aggressive distorted 808s and just all these little like cinematic flares, I guess, if that makes sense.
Okay. What would you say the method to your madness is when it comes to making a trap beat?
Find a loop, find a snare drum, find percussion, a kick, hi-hats, and then the 808.
And smoke a blunt
The whole time.
shaped like a cigar.
Yes, the whole time. Over the hour that I spend on the beat, that is my process. Just smoking a fatty.
I'm still a fucking lightweight when it comes to weed. I could not work and smoke what you smoke and then drive. Oh, God.
Caffeine helps, believe me. It helps a lot.
And I got a friend of mine. Her name's Leticia. We'll drink, and then she'd be like, "Okay, I need to smoke so I can sober up. I'm like, that fucking sobers you up? What? How is that even possible? If I drink and then smoke, I'm barfing.
Yeah, I've been on both sides of that though, so I don't really know. Like nowadays, I definitely lean more towards what you're feeling, but in the past, I can definitely recall a few occasions where hitting the blunt brought me back to life.
I mean, maybe some booger sugar, but not weed. No. Anthony does not do well with the crossfade. When the last time I was crossfade, I don't think I was accidental. No, I was crossfade this one time. It was like 4 months ago, maybe. And I didn't like that. I woke up the next morning feeling like straight ass. I don't want to be alive right now. Leave me alone. Yeah, that was that kind of day.
Yeah. Yeah, I've been there before. The trick to getting out of that, for me, is as much water and vitamins in the morning as possible. And then after that, just whatever you can do to get your blood moving.
Well, yeah, that too. But if you don't want to move...
Exactly. But the vitamins and sugar...
Someone just fucking give me an IV, please. I would take an IV over forcing liquids down my throat.
You psychopath.
Why? An IV.
When you wake up, don't you have cotton mouth? Like that?
I mean, yeah, but I don't want to move. I legit don't want to... I always say this. I'm the king of making myself suffer. Like, I refuse to take any Tylenol or anything if I have a headache from the hangover that was my decision. So I'm going to live with my decision and suffer with that drill in my head. And then barf, everyone's always like, you should barf, it's going to make you feel better. No. Suffer. I also hate barfing, it's disgusting.
It is.
So,
but necessary,
yeah, just stab
on
me.
occasion. Have you done the, what is it? The glutathione? Beta-glutathione? Something like that?
Beta-glutathione?
Something like that. I forget what the actual name is, but essentially it's an enzyme that helps to break down alcohol in your liver, so you don't wake up with a hangover the next day.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
So
The same Asian dudes that made the other seltzer, they came up with a recovery drink.
oh shit.
Drink it before you go out and
Yeah.
blah blah blah.
Before and after. That's kind of the key to that stuff.
But Japan's had this shit
On lock.
fucking forever. Because Japan, Korea, probably Thailand, all the Asian countries have already had this beverage, and America's finally like, we should probably come up with something where we don't get hungover. It's been done.
See, we prefer to wake up and still feel our whiskey. It's cheaper and more economical.
No. It's horrible. I hate waking up and I'm like, I'm still drunk. Fuck.
That shit does suck.
But I mean, it's also kind of better too than waking up hungover. Because then I don't want to move.
And then if you time it right, you can treat the hangover like a coffee crash.
If you time it right, what do you mean?
So basically, like, when you know you're still drunk in the morning, wait until like maybe 3 hours after you woke up, have your coffee, and then like hopefully the coffee crashes as the hangover kicks in. You can just mistake it, and like in your head it's easier.
Your hangover doesn't kick in for 3 hours after you wake up?
If I'm still drunk, hell yeah, 'cause it takes a while.
Okay. I was like, wait, you want to just wake up hungover? Got it. If you wake up drunk.
Yeah.
That makes sense, yes.
Yeah.
I was like, bro, I don't want to move. What do you mean?
But then, like, you're still drunk, so you're like, I gotta get up and use the bathroom. Shit.
Dude, when I wake up still drunk, I'm just like, alright, where's the alcohol?
Yeah,
I need to
exactly.
keep this going.
So you're still going. You're still getting up out of bed.
My friend Jesse from Marine Corps, raging alcoholic, raging. But he was also the one where I learned 2 negatives make a positive.
Okay.
So if you hung over in the morning, just start drinking again.
Mm-hmm.
It'll go away. It does. Thank you, Jesse. Yeah, that shit was horrible. I kept that philosophy for some time.
Hence, doses and mimosas.
Oh my god, I love that song. Yes, Doses and Mimosas.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't realize that was a sad song until later on.
Oh yeah.
I was like, this is a depressing song
Mm-hmm.
that they just put a happy beat over. And they're like,
Mhm.
I can't believe people like this song. It's one of our most depressing ones. I was
It
like,
worked for 21 Pilots.
which one was theirs?
The Stressed Out and Car Radio. They did Heathen for Suicide Squad. All that shit.
It's true.
Yeah.
Depressing songs are great.
Mm-hmm.
It's just funny when you have like a happy song and you're like, oh, that was depressing? Ah.
Okay, actually, hands down, the best example I can ever think of is Fuck You by Lily Allen.
Oh, great song.
Dude, oh my god, I love that shit.
Fuck you.
I'm choking.
Good song.
Great song.
I'm dying. I'm okay. So what's do you have any? I know you just showed me some beats that you say are sad.
Mm-hmm.
But what about sad beats, sad lyrics that you've written? Are all of them sad? Or have you written one since you started your whole music journey that specifically talks about a moment in time where you were like, yeah, I'm sad, I'm depressed, I might even want to kill myself?
Well, so that's the thing. I have a couple of songs where, like, I have to address memories of specific instances
Mhm.
where I messed up, and then I have ones where it's more just in general, like the season has been rough, and I'm kind of expressing that side of it rather than a specific thing.
What do you mean by that? You said you messed up.
Whether it was a fight with a family member or a partner or just any sort of like, anytime I lost my own emotional control and like let the situation get out of hand,
Mhm.
those kinds of like really shitty moments.
Yeah.
You know? Especially if it's like, I don't know how to explain it, but if there's like a particularly sharp feeling about it where it's just like, you know, that one's gonna stick with you for a while,
Mm-hmm.
that sort of stuff is when I need to get it out in music, or if I don't, then it's just gonna sit there and
Mhm.
hit me. But when it's like more general and it's like just a rainy weather kind of vibe and I'm all sad about that, then I mean, I don't know. I tend to go more towards like piano loops and stuff like that
Mm-hmm.
around then, but it all kind of depends.
When's the last time you found yourself deep in a puddle of your own tears?
Like a month ago.
Really?
Pretty much, yeah.
What happened a month ago?
Just processing stuff, you know. Like old family drama and just like kind of making connections that like your kid brain can't, but your adult brain can, and you're like, oh, this is all like connected in this weird way, and you know, like the intergenerational trauma where like the grandparents fucked up the dad, fucked up the kid, all that kind of shit.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, this is like this whole map, and I can just follow it, and hopefully like I don't make their mistakes. But like sitting through that, God, that shit sucks.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, bro.
that's all good.
Why didn't you fucking tell me? Fucking, you're crying and then a call?
Nah, dude, I
I'll
never
figure
do.
out a way. I'll fucking come over
I
there.
never do.
There's this thing called a bus. I'll steal someone's car.
There's literally no bus where I live.
It's okay. I just go that way, get the bus in that direction, stop, and then run or walk the rest of the way.
You will have another 10 miles to go, sir.
Sick, bro. I'm training for a marathon anyways.
If that's the case, then next Saturday, take the shuttle from Hollister to Morgan Hill, and then just run from Morgan Hill to my place.
For reals? That's the route? Fuck it.
Alright.
Next Saturday? Alright, what's next Saturday?
Because worst comes to worst, I'm going to be leaving the gym, and then I can pick you up along
you
the
wake
way. Well, fuck you. I know. Today was a bad one, but
Your gym's in Gilroy, right?
yeah.
Okay.
So, if you were to do that actual plan, you would be kind of going along Monterey, while I would be going along St. Teresa and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And then, actually, not St. Teresa. I'd be going along the back roads, and then kind of like leave my way into 10th Street through kind of like where Christmas Hill is
Yeah.
and all that. I would drive back up Monterey, all that, and then that way,
Mm-hmm.
if you do actually run out to my place, I can
Okay.
pick you up somewhere along the trail and be like, oh, what's good, hitchhiker?
You're taking the shuttle from Hollister to
Yeah,
Morgan Hill?
I haven't done it in a long time.
What does it take?
I don't know anymore, honestly, because the last time I did that was when my mom moved in with my stepdad,
Mm-hmm.
and that was like 8 years ago.
Damn.
It's been a minute.
Yeah, because I checked recently. I was like, okay, because I was thinking of getting a job as a server at Chili's over there in Gilroy.
Okay.
But then I looked at the shuttle, and from here it would take an hour and a half by shuttle.
Damn.
I think longer actually.
Have you checked into?
Yeah, hour and a half by shuttle, 45 minutes by bike.
Damn.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty fucking.
I was like, I beat the fucking shuttle.
Have you looked into Mogo?
Who's Mogo?
Mogo is like a part of the VTA, so I don't know if it's actually going to come down this far. But it's kind of like their version of Uber, where you pay like the same cost of a bus ride, but they send a personalized van to you. More for like seniors and stuff.
Ah.
But they might be able to.
Mogo.
Yeah.
That would be cool.
Because I see them all the time around Morgan Hill, but
Mhm.
I just don't know what's going on with that in here.
Yeah, I wish they had a train come out this way.
Yeah.
Or trolley or whatever the thing is.
Anything.
Come from, because that would open up more people wanting to work
Mm-hmm.
further. So that'd be cool. Cheap transportation. I would be in San Francisco almost like every other weekend if that were the
No,
case.
for real.
Easy peasy. I'd actually probably have a job right now downtown San Jose, working at one of the bars.
If I had gas money, like I'd probably be going to Pacifica pretty fucking often.
What's over there?
Just a beautiful beach.
Beautiful.
Dude, a beautiful beach and a blunt. And I can stop in SF and grab Blue Bottle. Man.
Beach blunts and blondes. Oh yeah, that's my kryptonite. The blondes. And beaches. And occasionally blunts. All three, yeah, fuck it.
There's literally like one blonde girl at my work, and she's not the easiest to talk to because she's an engineer.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't have the greatest of social skills.
Mm.
So very, very attractive, very nice lady, but just not the greatest with the conversations.
Older, younger?
Older.
Older?
She's an engineer, so I mean, like, she went to college, she did the whole
Ah.
thing, and like, now she's at work. But
So are you actively seeking right now, or it's just kind of whatever?
it's whatever, but definitely more on a like, if there is like a wobbler moment where I'm like, should I say something? Should I not?
Mhm.
Then I'm more likely to go and say something. You know? Like, that's kind of where it's at. I don't do it a lot.
If it happens, it happens.
Basically,
Right.
yeah.
It's kind of my outlook right now. I mean, especially because I don't even have a job right now,
Mm-hmm.
so I can't pay for a fucking date.
Yeah, right. Like I can take a girl out, but we're not going to like no 5-star restaurant out. Like, goddamn, that's expensive.
Mm-hmm. I wish, but yeah, dating's just not on the cards right now. There are some women that I've seen, and I'm like, okay, you're attractive,
Mhm.
but I just don't
Yeah.
want to do anything. It's funny, there's actually still one girl that I'm just still pining over, and it's annoying.
You're telling me,
And I
dude.
just like spilled my guts to her like 2 days ago.
Oh.
We're really good friends.
Uh-huh.
We were friends first, then feelings came out, and then it was just a year of like on and off, not knowing what the fuck the other person actually wants. And then when we finally were like, yeah, let's try it out, I had to pull away because I just wasn't sure if she was gonna pull away
Mm-hmm.
again.
Self-preservation.
Yeah.
Type stuff.
And then she recently just found out that she has some stuff that she hasn't got over, and it's keeping her from being able to move on in her life and relationships or whatever.
Yeah.
So she's working on that. We're still really good friends. Like, we actually talked last night.
Mm.
Love her. It's just, yeah. Wherever life takes me at this point, in all honesty.
Okay.
Like, right now I'm focusing on this. Writing, I want to start my own publication. You know?
No shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, that's
Strictly
legitimately the goal right now.
strictly online or like
I want it
actual
to
books as well?
become a monthly issue.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll add the issues online. Like,
Okay.
once we put them out,
Uh-huh.
you'll have it online. But if you want the physical thing,
Yeah.
or if you want how they do with like extra stuff, if you subscribe on the website, things like that, and then the podcast. Eventually, it's going to be a podcast. Right now,
Yeah.
it's just long form YouTube videos.
Mm-hmm.
But that's I didn't say that.
No, I think the big thing that I'm curious about is like what would you cover in that? Like what
The
is the
magazine?
in a primary like focus of that? Is it more just arts and creativity in general or specific stuff?
Yeah, so it's what art does for people,
Okay.
what it's done for you, what it's done for Denora, Cass, our friends,
Okay.
people that I meet. I want to talk about about their music. I want to talk about their art. I want to talk about their singing,
Okay, cool.
all of that. But I also want to find out what has it done for your mental health, because mental health is another big thing that I preach. Because fuck, I'm sure you, me, and if you're an artist.
Mhm.
Most art comes from pain.
Definitely.
So if you've ever been sad, depressed, wanted to kill yourself, and you went to art, you probably made something fucking great.
Yeah, seriously. I've got like 5 people that I can think of that'd be down to do that particular thing just because of the way you're framing it alone.
Mhm.
And like it doesn't have to be like the specific focus that they're in. Instead, it's more like broad, but connecting through that's cool.
Yeah.
And it definitely makes it more accessible.
And then it also doesn't have to just be artists. It could be regular people who heard a song and it was like, this song got me through this. Like, damn. Or like, hey, what does even just going to a museum, like what about the art? What does it do to you whenever you go look at it? Because some people just go to places because they just make them feel happy.
Well, that's why like I'll go on my drives. Like I haven't shown you everything that I've like seen recently, but some of the pictures that I got, like fucking hey, they're actually really cool. I've got like sunset pictures. I've got really close up flower pictures. I've got all these things where it's just because you are lucky enough to be in that one moment where you see it in that lighting and you see it with that environment all around it.
Mm-hmm.
It just clicks for some reason. And that's a cool picture.
Yeah.
And you just take it. So I'm like, that stuff's fun.
Yeah.
Keeps me centered.
man. Well, you said you got 5 people that you can think of right now?
Yeah, one of them actually has like a pretty legit art career. Like she was at my last job. She's on Instagram and something else. I forget what the other service is, but has trees. So we initially bonded over that. I was
Trees?
like,
Trees.
Treez.
That's her Instagram?
Yeah. And she basically does like commissions as well as like she'll just post her own stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But she's gone to cons and she's like a big part of the furry scene, and she does all these like not meet and greet, that's the wrong way to explain it. She does all these like meetups where like people that are just interested in the same thing, like she'll go and be there and just have presence. And
Yeah.
gets a good amount of clients now. Okay, that was pretty tight.
Yeah.
It was enough for her to be leaving the job that we both worked together early, like with permission, and go home and work on her other stuff.
That's cool, man. I mean, if you can shoot her a text, let her know I'm going to reach out.
Definitely.
I'll find her on Instagram and reach out, but I don't want to reach out first, and then she doesn't even look at the message. Like, who the fuck is this guy?
Well, she'll look, 'cause she's always interested in business. But yeah, just in general, she's a pretty cool person. Like, she's definitely got an interesting eye for color and just shapes and everything, especially perspective.
That's cool, man. Yeah, that's all I want to be doing is interviewing people, talking about their art, talking about how art moves them. Like, what's a song, either right now or just in general in life, that you can always listen to, and it either reminds you of some impactful memory? Could be sad, could be happy, could make you fucking angry. But what's the song? I know that's a tough one.
I'm gonna give 3 answers.
Okay.
That's okay.
Give me 3.
Alright, the first one I just heard today, and holy shit, Bad Blood by Asking Alexandria. I used that for the downhill portion of my run.
Okay.
And holy fuck, it was perfect. The second one is gonna be Falling by Jean, I believe it is.
By who?
Jean, so it's Jean and then a period.
Okay.
And then the third one, Doesn't Remind Me by Audioslave.
Now, what about Bad Blood? What feeling you get from that?
Aggression, and I call out my inner bitch.
Okay.
Let's just call that one my Goggins song.
Goggins song. Okay.
Yeah.
What about Falling?
That one is my rainy weather, smoking a cigarette under a street light with the rain and fucking like nighttime vibes. That's kind of the feeling I get out of that one.
It's more like setting the scene for that one.
Yeah. A lot of the way I approach music is through like kind of the lens of soundtracking. Does that make sense? Just because it's how my brain's always kind of operated, I guess. And the last one, that's one I've known since I was a kid, but it basically is the most upbeat way I've been able to just let shit go in the moment, and especially if it's like bigger stuff where I'm like, yeah man, you just need to find stuff where it doesn't remind you of that, and like just keep moving on and finding better things.
I have to listen to all 3 of these now. Because I might know the last one. Might even know Falling. But definitely not Bad Blood.
Yeah, that one just came out yesterday, I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Fairly recent.
Yeah, but I was a little unsure about it at first, but then it like really came through, and I was like, oh shit. And I fucking took off downhill. I'm like fucking flying down Mount Madonna, so all the little tree roots and shit, I'm like, whoosh.
Just screaming. You don't know me, son!
Who's gonna carry the boats?
There's this white dude on TikTok that does that shit. Just a bunch of Goggin stuff. And it'd be like he's acting like Goggin. Not even acting like Goggin, just like Goggin is his dude. And then they do their skits in the gym. And then they go to another room where they're almost doing like a confessional with his friends. They're like, yeah, I don't know. He just keeps saying he's carrying a boat. And then one time I went by his house and he was bench pressing a boat. And then you see him at his house bench pressing the boat.
That's
On
awesome.
the trailer.
That's so cool.
What the fuck? You're like, I don't know what's wrong with this guy.
Oh, have you seen the one where it's the bodybuilder and the CrossFitter? They're beefing in the gym.
Mm-mm.
Dude, there's some funny ones where like the CrossFitter gets all offended because the bodybuilder's like critiquing the whiteboard with all the training shit like written on it. He's like, "Don't you ever disrespect my whiteboard again!" And fucking like flips the marker, catches it. I'm like, dude, that shit's great.
So you do MMA, right? Would you say that's like your biggest style of training right now?
I mean, like, I don't compete yet, but yeah,
Do you want to compete?
I wouldn't mind it. I just need to be like consistent. I've been really inconsistent recently, so.
Well, is it because like cause sometimes it's hard to make the class?
Yeah, part of that is like traffic
Mhm.
does kind of get in the way. Part of that is overtime is really rare nowadays. So when it does come up, I'm like, all right, I guess I gotta miss the class, and I'll take those 2 hours of overtime.
Mm-hmm.
'Cause, I mean, that's like $50 after taxes. So, and then the other part is like, say I'm pulling into the gym parking lot like for a 6:30 class, and it's 6:35. By the time I actually get in there, it's gonna be 6:40, and then I gotta take my shoes off, do all that shit. It's just too little time for me to actually feel like I'm actually putting in the effort.
Mm-hmm.
Because like 30 minutes to 45 minutes is all right if it's like your morning warm up, but if it's like your actual workout for the day, it's not a lot of time. So I'm like, man, I wanna really do something that pushes me when I'm doing that. And then also, I'm not trying to be disrespectful to the teacher by showing up super late all the time. And that's another thing where I'm like, I kind of like weigh it out because overtime is nice, but I don't want to be so late that I'm like showing up halfway through a class.
Mm-hmm.
And then, I don't know, I definitely get in my head about all that stuff though, so I'm like, I want to be there more. I'm getting in my own way of that a lot,
Mm-hmm.
but also I need the money sometimes, so it's like this whole circle of like, fuck, I'll just go for a run.
Yeah, but you pay $170 a month for
Yeah.
that gym, bro.
I know, but then
Use it.
I do use it, but the other thing is like I'm still trying to adjust to like the way the budget is with the car,
Mhm.
because like I haven't got that 100% dialed in yet. Like it's 85% of the way. Like I got a good expectation of what each check or each month I need to like set aside for it, but then I haven't really had it for like 2 months.
Mhm.
So yeah,
Oh no, I pay $35 for my gym. I'm there every fucking day.
that's not bad.
Fuck that.
Yeah.
If I want to go to a CrossFit gym, I just. As soon as I start working, but then as soon as I start working, money needs to go towards saving so we can get the fuck out of this house,
Yeah.
get in our own place. That's. Yeah.
Yeah.
Shit blows.
Mm-hmm.
And people think that, oh, you just gotta save your money, you know, put this and that away, but no.
How?
It's, you know how difficult it is if you have a car payment, you have to pay for an apartment. Yeah, I could put maybe $1 or $2, some pennies away, but then after I figure out calculations for all my bills, plus having to buy groceries,
Yeah.
then just having to get to work, that's a lot. It's like pretty much what we make.
Yeah, like my gas for the month, I'm gonna figure, like just for working back, should be somewhere around like 200 a month. Or yeah, so that would be just working back, and part of that's because it's really heavy,
Mhm.
and the other part is I'm going to work full time, but I'm also doing like a whether it's a stop halfway through or a stop at the end of the drive, and then that's where I smoke, and then I'll go home.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like all of that together, and then sometimes I'm sitting there with the car on and using the AC and all that. So it's like, it adds up.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta find a way to make it work.
Life.
Mm-hmm.
Life is fun. It's not.
It definitely can be.
I want to go live in a community of self-sustained vegetables and stuff and just live off the land.
We could probably get like decently far with it, but not 100%.
I was scrolling on the Tinders, and there was this girl in there that says she lives in a self-sustained community in Santa Cruz.
There is one out there, and there's also an anarchist commune out there. But
Which one's more fun?
you got a point there. But I wouldn't really say that all of them are like self-sustained, because so many people come from outside to like bring like things to trade,
Mm-hmm.
and then it's not like 100% self-sustained, you know.
Mm-hmm.
They're like locked in.
I don't know. I guess you never know until you check it out.
Pretty much, yeah.
I don't think I ever will.
Yeah.
But the thought sounds nice. But
It
then when I
does.
think about it, I have to think about, okay, what kind of people live in these places?
Mm-hmm.
You know, they're not typically the people that I talk to.
Yeah.
Like I wouldn't find a you. Maybe a little bit.
You'd find like a 30% of me with something else mixed in.
Yeah, and then a bunch of weird
A lot of
hippie
drugs.
people, drugs, yeah, which is fucking hilarious. I'm like, should we be focusing on health and not escaping reality?
Yeah.
I like drugs.
They're fun.
I mean, what? But I don't do them all the time.
Exactly.
It's not something we're gonna go frolic through the forest tonight on some LSD.
Yeah.
And it's gonna be great. And then tomorrow we're gonna do some DMT. And then the day after that we're gonna mellow out with some cocaine. That's not mellow.
Like my
Your serotonin levels will be so burned out you're gonna
Oh my
need
God,
some
for
cocaine at the
real.
end.
oh man, yeah. Like for me, my last road trip was 9 or 10 months ago, and that was like a microdose. It wasn't even a full trip. So I'm like so far removed from like 21 or 20 to 21-year-old like rampant psychedelic use me. And I'm like, oh man, I miss it, but also my dreams are so psychedelic anyway. I'm like, who cares? It's fine.
I think the last mushroom. Did I do it after? Yes, I purchased some of my own. Where was I? Do I not remember? Was it that good?
I think I remember you texting me about either that or an edible that you were taking like a year ago or a year and a half ago.
Oh no, this is even more recent.
Okay.
I ended up getting some caps and stems.
Oh, no shit. Okay.
Yeah, and I think I did them at home, and I felt. Oh, I'd done it. Oh, I remember now. The first time I did it, because I only wanted it for microdose, and then bit some off, whatever, chewed it, blah blah blah. Went to work out, and then had my pre-workout, and whatever. 20 minutes into my workout, I'm doing a set, I finish, and all of a sudden, oh fuck. No, this is hitting harder than I wanted it to hit right now. Needless to say, I was well off the rest of the day.
Oh yeah.
It was great,
Yeah.
but I was also horny as fuck.
Yeah, you're riding that edge right there.
I was so annoyed. I'm like, I'm in a gym full of women, and plus I work with some women. And I just want to have sex. This is stupid.
Oh,
And every
that
time I
was
had to
yesterday.
pee, I was so happy to go pee.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ah. But yeah, that was a lot. And then microdosed a couple more times after that same week. But then there was this girl, one of the trainers at the gym. She really wanted some shrooms, and I was like, okay, cool, yeah, I got some. I'll give you a little bit. And I thought she understood when I brought it. It was like a big old nug. I had a nug, and I had done some of the other one. And I told her, I was like, yeah, here, just cut it in half. You know, thinking cut it in half, take half, leave half.
Yeah.
No, she took the whole thing.
Oh.
Thinking I was telling her to cut it in half when she takes it. So she had already left, and I was like, she thinks I meant take the whole thing. Damn. I was like, you know what?
Nothing you can do after that.
C'est la vie. Fuck it.
I mean,
she needed it anyways.
That's how most people are. Like, I find that psychedelics come to you when the universe decides you need them. And then it's like, that sounds really new agey and all that shit, but every time I've genuinely needed them, a friend always has it. Every time I don't need it, they're not around. And it kind of has worked out. I'm just like, yeah, sure. Like, I had a friend offer me 2 days ago or 3 days ago, because he was getting something, he got paid, but I was like, no, dude, because my grandma's leaving soon. If anything, I want to do it with an empty house so I can, like, really, like, go through it. So I can figure out, like, what's under all these layers of fucking just, like, fatigue, burnout, all this other stuff. Like, what's going on? Like, let's get that fixed.
Yeah.
And doing that with family around, that's a no-no. That's a big no-no.
I will never do that around family. There was one time I came home for Thanksgiving after a night of doing coke until 8 in the morning. I felt like shit. I came out to eat with everybody, and then I went back to my room and was like, I cannot function. So yeah, don't do drugs around family.
No.
Or go on a bender of drugs the day before, and then go see family.
The best thing I can really say I do is I enjoyed my fine cannabis cigars out on the patio and enjoying that time. And then my grandma comes home and she walks by me doing that, and she's like okay with it. It's okay is a different word than what it probably is, but socially and in that moment, it's okay. So I'm like I'm not hitting it and blowing it in her face or anything. I have it off on the side, but it still smells. So
yeah, okay. Yeah, it's not, you're not harming anyone, harming yourself, acting like an idiot.
Yeah.
Just sitting there enjoying life at that very moment in time. Yeah.
Yep. And a lot of those moments are much needed.
Yes, they are. Alright, sir, any questions for me?
What would you tell your 16-year-old self?
What would I tell my 16-year-old self? Oh, shit. There are a lot of things I would have told my 16-year-old self. Fuck, 16 years old was my first love. 16 years old, I lost my virginity. So much of my life has been revolved around the romantic relationship that I end up in.
Okay.
That's always been a part of what I believe success is. Success for me is finding that person whom I'm going to spend the rest of my life with, find a job that allows me to take care of this person and to be able to have a family with, and then bada bing, bada boom. Success. That relationship, 16-year-old self, I would say, resist temptation.
Okay.
Keep your focus or your eye on the ball of the set goal that you set for me. I said, oh my God, I've wanted to find the love of my life since I was 5 years old. 5 fucking years old.
Yeah.
That was my goal. Love somebody. It was marry my high school sweetheart. Have a kid by the age of 25. travel and everything before that. And then I wanted to be a cop. But yeah. Stay focused on the goal. Do what you gotta do to at least do good in school, and then become a cop and marry that damn girl, because you're fucking stupid. So me and that girl, we were on and off for 5 years after that.
Dude, you should make a movie about that. Like, just encapsulate that story into a movie. Because especially if you can, like, it may not have to be a movie, but if you can capture, like, the emotional roller coaster of all of that, that's some good drama right there. That's some really good drama right there.
Well, thanks, Dillon.
Thank you.
For being on this long form video. It's not a podcast yet, but we're getting there. And there will also be a publication written about this young man. So look forward to that. I also have one written about Denora that is on my Medium website. Go check it out. Link is in the bio. Love you all. Bye!